Hey there. Today I want to show you 5 techniques that you can use to increase your motivation to get to the gym. One of the biggest struggles for most people is keeping a consistent level of motivation that gets them up and engaged in the process of getting to the gym. Now, some days you'll have high levels of the gym. It's very easy to get to the gym. Other days it's going to be a hard day to even drag yourself out of bed. But the goal here is to find something that can trigger you to get yourself to do the things that you need to do on a daily or bi-daily basis. That's how you get results, and that's how you get ahead. So today I'm covering the 5 techniques that I would recommend you use, or you can implement 1, 2, or all 5 of these into a strategy and process to get you motivated, to increase your daily drive, and get you to do the things that you need to do. So, first technique is simple. The first technique is simple because it's the easiest. Set a goal. If you don't have a goal, you don't have a reason to get up and do the things that you need to do. If you had to pay a $100 bill next week and you didn't have the money in your bank account, you would get up with motivation to get and find a way to make $100 because you need to and you have a reason for it. If you don't have a reason to improve your health and fitness, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to. You're going to find other outlets and other things to do that's more important in the case, yet it's not. So you want to set a goal and set a meaningful goal for you. Don't just say, I want to lose weight, because that's not a really specific goal. No one can help you with that. You can't even help you with that because you cannot validate it. Okay? So you want to set a goal. Maybe a goal is, lose 26 pounds. Maybe a goal is to fit back into a 2-size pants smaller than you're currently in. Maybe a goal is to be able to run a marathon. Maybe a goal is to be able to deadlift 405 pounds. Whatever it may be, set a goal. The goal is what's going to get you up in the morning and motivate you to take action in the right direction. Technique 2 is going to be set a deadline. Or we'll call it a timetable. One of the other quickest and easiest ways to get motivation is to set a deadline and an expectation. We are procrastinators as humans. We procrastinate on nearly everything. Just remember back when you were in school, or even your last vacation you were about to take. For weeks upon weeks, you had a pile of work that you must do or had to get completed. Yet it didn't get done until 24 to 48 hours, and then all of a sudden you are producing a working machine. The reason for that is because it had a deadline. So when you set a goal, you also want to align it with a deadline. Maybe it's, I want to lose 26 pounds by June because I have a wedding, right, to go to. And that sets a hard deadline with a specific reason and a specific goal. Now we've got 2 things in our pocket to help us motivate ourselves each morning and each night. So again, set a deadline or a timetable. Maybe that is you're going to run a marathon and the marathon takes place in July. That would be a deadline. Maybe you're going to a wedding and you want to look and feel good for that wedding. That would be a deadline. Maybe your birthday is coming up. That's a deadline, right? Set a deadline and a hard specific end date for the goal, and then you're going to be motivated and inspired almost daily to get up, take action in the right direction. Third technique, set penalties. Now this one's a little bit different. This one not necessarily will help everybody. So this is a specific one for specific people. Some people are more driven by the fear of loss than the excitement of gain. What that means is people will do and take actions because they don't want to lose something more than they'll take in regards to taking action to gain something. So if you're one of these kind of people, I don't have anything to lose, I'm not losing anything by not going, then this is the kind of motivation factor you can utilize. So you would set a penalty, and a penalty could be simple as this. Hey, I need to go to the gym because for any reason, maybe again it's 26 pounds, I need to go to the gym, right? And my goal is to go to the gym 6 days a week. So I set a penalty. And that penalty might be if I don't go to the gym 6 days, each day that I miss, I donate $50 to charity. Now, the other thing about setting penalties is it must be a penalty just slightly above a comfort level. Because guess what? If you're a millionaire, $50 is probably not going to be that big of a deal. But if you only have $200 in your bank account, and you have to give $50 anytime you miss the workout, that's going to be pretty motivating to not fuck up, right? Because the buffer there of gap of how much you have and what you are losing is so severe. So you must put yourself in a penalty that actually is painful. You know, for some people, maybe that's that's going without meals, or not going without meals, but going without treats or snacks or desserts or something like that. For some people, it might be putting a financial wager on the line. For some people, it might be an action commitment, like for some spouses, you got the honey-do list, and the honey-do list could be something that could be a penalty if you don't take action. So it's like, okay, you got to go to the gym 6 days a week. If I had a honey-do list and it was like I had 10 items on it, I don't go to the gym, that means I have to do two of these items, right? Guess what I'm probably going to do? I'm probably going to go to the gym. Because for me, I don't want to do that shit, right? So setting a penalty that is actually just painful enough that it will motivate you and spark you to do the things that you need to do, right? Don't make it easy. Don't make it light. Don't go easy on yourself with the penalty. Give yourself a hard, strict penalty. And the other thing with the penalty, announce it. Tell your friend or tell your trainer, tell the coach, tell someone, because that is also going to hold you accountable, okay? The fourth way to increase your motivation get good tunes. We don't realize how much motivation or how much music drives our motivation. Good music can set the tone for your day, or it could ruin your day, right? We've all been here when you have a song from back in high school, right? It was maybe a song that you heard with your first boyfriend or first girlfriend. And when you hear that song now, you might have good memories or you have very bad memories. You might even get like sad, right? Then there's other music that if you put it on, all of a sudden all you want to do is just smash the steering wheel as you're driving, pedal to the metal, and just going for it, right? And then there's other music that would put you to sleep, right? Music plays a massive role. So if you can just find yourself 2 to 3 good songs that motivate you, pump you up, and get you fired up, play those every time that you need a little bit of spark, and all of a sudden you've got your engine running and you're ready to go. Last one. This one's a little harder, but this is a very motivating idea. And I've done it hundreds of times, okay? And all it is, I call this tip or technique, show up. What this means, guys, if you're planning on going to the gym, you normally have your gym sessions. I go to the gym at 9 a.m. And some mornings I wake up and I absolutely do not want to work out. But I have one rule, show up. So I get in the car, I drive to the gym. There's been a few days where I've showed up at the gym after telling myself I didn't want to go that morning. And I sat in my car for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I went home. 99% of the time, though, I drove to the gym, I sat in my car for 10 minutes, and then I got out and walked in. Why? Because I did the first step, and that first step was what got me over the hurdle. So when you're lacking motivation, sometimes all it needs to be is just a change of scenery or going in the right direction of where you need to go. And that will almost instantly trigger or turn on the light switch of motivation. If you just do the simple action of going to where you need to go, once you're there, the stories and the triggers in your head that were saying, no, don't go, you're tired, you don't need to work out today, you're unmotivated, you have no commitment, whatever the stories are in your head that are going on, when you show up, almost all of them get wiped out. But that doesn't force you into it. It just like what I said, some days you're gonna show up and you're gonna be like, fuck it, I wanna go home. And then you go home. You let that day be the win, or just the action of showing up win. Sometimes you're just not in the mood to do it. Sometimes all you need is to show up and your motivation kicks right in. 99% of the time, the motivation is gonna kick in. The other 1% of the time, if you show up and you wanna go home, go home. That's it, guys. That's all it takes to generate motivation and get yourself driven to take the right steps. Okay? So this is the 5 techniques I use to increase motivation. Again, technique 1 is set a goal. Set a goal that's important to you with a meaningful purpose behind it. Now, if you just say, I want to lose weight and I want to lose 20 pounds, but you don't have a reason why, guess what? Twinkies are going to come up. Skipping workouts are going to come up. Going to the bar is going to come up. But if you say, I want to lose 26 pounds because I feel like crap and I have a muffin top over my pants and I don't want my 6-year-old child to be running around with his mom or dad huffing and puffing, guess what? That's a pretty damn good motivation, right? That's one. 2, set deadlines. The more committed you are to a deadline, the faster and harder you're going to work towards it. Just like when you're working to go on a vacation. The deadline makes you rush. It tells you that this is what you need to do in this time frame, and now it's manageable, now it's operatable, and now it's performable. Set 3, set penalties. Again, this isn't for everybody, but if you just set a simple penalty or penalties in place that happen if you don't do what you need to do, then 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're going to start charging yourself penalties. 2, it's going to motivate you to stop fucking up. And that's what's important. And again, set a penalty that's just slightly outside of comfort, where it is actually going to be painful when it happens. Again, $500 or $50 to someone that only has $200 in the bank account is going to be pretty severe. $50 to someone that has $1 million is not going to be a big deal. They're going to be like, shit, that's toilet paper money. So you have to make sure it's semi-painful to you, right? Technique 4, get some good tunes. Find 2 to 3 songs that you can play at any time. Put your headphones in, put your headphones on, sit in your car or whatever. Play those 2 to 3 songs and let the motivation happen. Technique 5, show up. Just get in the car and go where you need to go. If at the time that you get and park at the destination that you were supposed to go to, you're still not feeling it, let yourself sit there for 2 to 3 minutes and then go back home. 99% of the time though, you're going to get there. The motivation was not there when you got in the car. As you got in the car, maybe you threw on some good tunes, right? You got in the car, you started driving the right direction. You got to the destination, and all of a sudden, I'm motivated. I get out of the car and I go do the thing that I was supposed to do. And when I get back in the car, guess what I say to myself? Man, I'm so glad I did that. So those are the 5 techniques you can implement right away to start getting motivation, holding yourself more motivated than ever before. Simple, easy, and effective. If you want to start holding yourself more accountable and improving your fitness and transformation results, click the link below and let's have a conversation. Let's see how we can work together to take you from where you are to where you want to go while holding and giving you more motivation, accountability, coaching, and the results that you deserve.